This is Bend It with Herald TV 2022 Qatar World Cup football. The last two slots for the quarterfinalists were filled up yesterday. What a surprise that Spain were eliminated by Morocco by 3-0. Portugal was expected to put it across Switzerland, but nobody thought it would be a massacre by 6-1. Morocco beat Spain in the penalty shootout and reached a very historic quarterfinal. The quarterfinal lineup is now Croatia, Brazil, Netherlands, Argentina. They are in the top half, and these matches will be played on 9th at 8:30 and 10th at midnight. Croatia versus Brazil, and then you have Netherlands versus Argentina. Out of these four, two will qualify, and then you have the finalists from this top draw. Lower half, you have Morocco versus Portugal, and this is on 10th of December at 8:30 p.m. And then on 11th, or you can say 10th midnight, England versus France on 11th at midnight. So these are the quarterfinals that are lined up. So on the top half, it could be either Brazil or Argentina reaching the semi-finals, and one of them reaches the final. And this side, it could be Portugal, England, or France. So you'll have a Brazil-Argentina that could be an explosive semi-final. And again, England and France could be a very explosive. Morocco and Portugal, you can never say, but the find of the present championship have been Brazil and Portugal, and nobody expected Portugal to play so well as they have played yesterday. We have with us our panelists, the one who has returned from Qatar after watching some of the matches. We'll also ask him how was the environment there, how did he feel about the preparation by the teams. And all of you know him. There won't be anybody in Goa and even in India who does not know this tall personality in football, Padma Shri and Arjuna awardee winner, none other than Brahmananda Sankolkar. Welcome, Brahmanand.
Thank you, Javit. Thank you very much.
It's good to have you back after your visit to Qatar.
Yes.
And we have our own, he's also, even now, continues to play football, not at a very high level, but he has been with the Dempo College of Commerce and Economics, played for the university at the inter-university football, and he is the college director of physical education, and none other than Dr. Michael Dias. Welcome, Dr. Michael.
Thank you, sir.
It's nice to have you. I think it's the first time you are here with Brahmanand.
Yes.
And it is nice to have both of you. And let me ask Brahmanand. We'll go first and we'll finish with Morocco and Spain. And then we devote more time to Portugal and Switzerland. The result 0-0 90 minutes, 0-0 30 minutes, no score in 120 minutes, and then you have the big penalty shootout, and what unexpected. Spain cannot convert the penalty kicks. One, of course, hit the goalpost. Others, they were saved by that goalkeeper. What do you say about Spain's non-performance in the penalty shootout?
Exclusive of the penalty shootout? You're talking about?
Whatever.
Yeah. Thing is that after the entire marathon, 120 minutes,
Yes.
we could see that everyone must have expected normally this Spain would make it, because in that level of experience with the players having in their squad. But finally, when it comes to tiebreaker, your temperament, courage, confidence is very, very important.
You have been a goalkeeper. So you have greater experience, because the Morocco goalkeeper emerges the hero.
Yeah.
But let me share with you what Spain's coach Luis Enrique said. He claimed that his players had prepared by taking 1,000 penalties as homework. But Sarabia, Soler and Busquets all missed from the spot, and Madrid-born Hakimi dinked his home with that special penalty, and to the delight of Morocco supporters.
Yes.
The goalkeeper emerged.
Yes.
What did you think if you were there in the goal at that time?
Depends. When I saw the keeper on the goal, Croatian goalkeeper, sorry, Morocco's
Moroccan
goalkeeper, I saw a smile on his face. Smile. He wasn't nervous. He was very composed. His focus was only on the ball, and he did some tricks. When the keeper almost moves to the left, time of the kicker not, because his vision is 2 meters ahead of the ball. Moment keeper, then they put the ball this side. So he tried it twice, trying to go move this way, and then came back to his original. But he never moved out of the line front. He was doing everything on the line.
Do you mean to say he deceived the?
Yes, they were trying
strikers
to deceive him, but he didn't get
he
this.
deceived them.
Yes, he came back to the center again at the time of the kick and got to his position on the right and saved twice.
Because it is unimaginable
Yes.
that strikers at this level,
Yes.
having practiced 1,000 penalties, and Spain, they are not ordinary.
1,000 penalty kicks taken by the Spanish players,
Yes.
and one kick in this situation of after 120 minutes is a big difference. There was no pressure there. There may be pressure only of the coach to see how much you are converting and whatever it is, but here that moment was very, very. Johan Cruyff has said that confidence, courage is very, very important, that moment and that pace of the kick, and they got it done. And keeper special, I would like to say that after saving that first one, the ball which hit the post.
Yeah, they hit the post.
Yeah, and then he was, I think he reached that spot and the ball hit the post. He didn't touch.
Yeah, he went to the same side.
Same side. So he has judged. He never moved early. He allowed the player to come very close to the ball. And then he cannot. There's no chance for him to move. The player has to kick the way he thinks of, and that's where he stood, came back to the line, and then he attempted to the ball.
And ultimately, Morocco stunned the 2010 champions to reach their first ever World Cup quarterfinals. How do you feel that?
It is, first of all, I believe, the only African nation that has reached the quarterfinals, and I'm sure the Arab world also will be very proud to have Morocco to reach the quarterfinals. And the way they have reached with struggle and with determination and a lot of self-belief. And even though Portugal played very well in their match, their next match is with Portugal. Portugal will not be taking them lightly.
Yes. And Hakimi is a product of the Real Madrid youth system. Very coolly, calmly scored the winner. How do you see the whole scenario?
Yes, I think.
And he plays for Paris Saint-Germain.
Now the point here is, when his players have given the confidence of scoring goals against the Spanish team, he must have gone there, and his goalkeeper has given them the biggest confidence.
Yes.
And that's the biggest challenge he has taken. I tell you, sometimes when we are too much of prepared, but the very important, that moment, where do you stand? And he did it confidently for Morocco.
So you had only one of the Moroccan players who missed to convert for Morocco. That gave some lifeline for Spain. There was a small, but Sabiri and Hakim scored along with Hakimi, and they failed to score, and the rest is history. How do you see this whole scenario?
As the goalkeeper of Morocco, Mr. Bono, the hero of the match, in fact, you could see throughout the game and during that penalty kicks, he was calm, relaxed, and as Sir Brahmanan said, there was a smile on his face. That means at no point of time did he feel the pressure, and that is because he has played at the highest level. He has been awarded the best goalkeeper the last season in La Liga, so he does have the experience, and he knows to play at the top level, to play under pressure.
And if you have seen, Spain monopolized with the ball.
Yes.
And Morocco's fans were furiously whistling as the ball was not being taken by Morocco. Morocco were intensely backed by their fans, and these fans outnumbered Spain. Do you think they also had a role to play, Brahmanan? They're whistling, non-stop whistling, non-stop whistling.
Very importantly is just coming back to the tactical part of the game.
Yeah.
Whenever the Morocco were under pressure from Spanish, you remember how many members were there in the defensive area, and whichever the ball they won so magnificently, no deliberately kicking, and they won positive defending and maintaining the ball there and building up the attack with the forward line. So many times they came closer to the Spanish goal and they missed the goals.
Yes.
That's okay, they're part of the game.
But this was a strategy.
Exactly. But moment they were attacking, they were blocking the thing, and everything went in cool, and in all in coolness. And that we always say the spectators, moment they win the ball, they're blowing,
It acts as a very positive catalyst.
Yes.
Do you feel that, Dr.
Yes.
Michael?
Yes. If you see the stats, Spain had 77% of the ball possession, and as they believe in the tiki-taka style of theirs, it counted for nothing, because at the end of the game, the number of goals scored matters.
Yes.
And they were not able to. As Sir said, the defense of Morocco were not just the defenders, but their midfielders, the strikers themselves would come down, all 10 players defending them with the goalkeeper.
So it was a brilliant strategy by the coach.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it was only Gavi. Gavi is now 18 years and 123 days. He became the youngest player to start a World Cup knockout game since Brazil great Pelé in 1958. Only he rose to the occasion. The Barcelona midfielder player was at his most intense, smashing into challenges left, right and center, even diving to make one with his head. But the rest, we know he couldn't succeed. What overall do you feel about Morocco?
I think they were well prepared before the game. It's not a question of this. They contain that score was very important. They do not consider goal, though they have made the opportunities to score for themselves, but they didn't want to give a space for the Spanish players. One thing of Spanish players, when you are under pressure, when they hold the ball in any field of play, any place in the field of play, maybe the goalkeeper or defenders, they know how to possess the ball. But if you have last few seconds left for you to score, you cannot play that. Seconds will not wait for you. That positional football all the time. There should be some cracking pressure on the, some risk, some cracking pressure on the opponent defender to get the goals.
So we are coming to the halfway mark
there,
of our Bandit with Herald TV, which is being supported by Decathlon Kalangut, Martin's Corner Bethalbatin, Adleng Goin Family Restaurant, Doria Deger Multi-Cuisine Restaurant in Old Goa, and also Martin's Place Village Bistro, Navelim. Don't go away. We'll be coming back very, very shortly.
Please do drop in at a small little family restaurant called Adleng Goin, which is just 5 minutes from Basilica of Born Jesus and Say Cathedral. In this small restaurant, we serve authentic Goan cuisine, and we are known even for our fresh fish, chicken, mutton, etc. Also, we are known even for the other cuisines like tandoori, Indian, Indo-Chinese. So why don't you come over? Also, we have a full-fledged bar, and our bartenders do really good, amazing cocktails and mocktails. And also, most important point, we are having a live premiere of the FIFA World Cup. So do drop in with your family and friends, and for reservations, dial the number on the screen.
Today we are at Martin's Place, and the ambience sarke chod baren. Like, look at this, so spacious and so nice. You feel like dancing. So let's cheers for it. The food here is next level. Like, it's so good, and so the prawns, guys, they were so kurkurit. Like, it is approved by Mr. Kurkurit. So look at me, eat them. And Goan sausage stuffed sweets. Kitne lagtale rayo. Sam ke kadis boom bang zata. And tenge signature dish mila mare stuffed crabs. Kitne lagta bara pure crab meat, white wine, and cream and cheese gun. Jauna hel mera ami prawns pulao and chicken kafrial. Kafrial ki lagta har ke chod bare ta pulao.
Welcome back. You are watching Bandit with Herald TV, and we have our experts Brahmanan Sankolkar and Dr. Michael Dias. We have been examining this Morocco and Spain match, and the great goalkeeper who saved Morocco and Spain could not convert their penalties. The last penalty taken by Morocco, it was a special penalty. It is called Panenka penalty. I am sure our great Brahmanan will be able to explain what exactly and why it is called Panenka penalty.
It is just like a chip, in the sense neither left or the right, but he just put deep part of the ball down low level, and ball just lifts up like a chip and lands directly just behind the goal line into the goal.
Yeah, it's always landing in the center.
Center.
Normally the
No.
goalkeepers either move to the right or to the left.
It is not like a kick, normal kick.
Yes.
And that's the moment when he makes the goalkeeper lie down left or right,
Yes.
and ball goes to the same way where he stands, and ball goes into the goal. Just behind
I believe this kick was invented by some player. Dr. Michael?
Yeah, Mr. Antonin Panenka, that's how the name came.
So the Panenka is the name of the one who invented the
Yeah,
kick.
he was a Czech player who invented the kick in 1976.
1976.
Yeah, UEFA Euro finals.
Okay, so a Czechoslovakian player who invented, and it is called as a Panenka kick.
Yes.
It's something new that we have heard and we have seen for the first time.
No, it happened in many matches. We also, but we didn't refer to that Panenka kick.
Okay.
And goalkeeper was forced to dive in one of the sides. The ball would simply been tipped in the center. It happened.
Yes, something
Yes,
new.
yes.
Because Spain failed with their first three spot kicks, and leaving Hakimi to nevertheless convert the decisive kick with an audacious Panenka chip and send his team through for a meeting with Portugal in the third quarter-final. And there we have Portugal. Everybody expected Portugal to win. Do you expect a 6-1 score against Switzerland?
No. The way I saw Switzerland with Brazil, they were of course very good. Brazil were too superior to them, but I didn't expect 6-1. I expected maybe 2-1 or 2-0, maximum to 3-0, 3-1.
And Portugal advanced to the quarterfinals for the third time after 1966 and 2006. Who emerged as the hero was Gonçalo Ramos. He scored Portugal's fifth goal also, with Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench. The superstar striker's replacement, he scored a hat-trick. Gonçalo Ramos, a 21-year-old forward who only made his Portugal debut last month and made his first start for his country and demonstrated the kind of clinical finishing Ronaldo was once known for. What do you say about Gonçalo Ramos?
I'm sure most of the Ronaldo fans must be disappointed that Ronaldo was on the bench, but yesterday's match gave us a new hero to follow, Gonçalo Ramos.
He scored the opening goal,
Yes.
and then the other two goals in the 51st and 67th. The first one was on the 17th, next 51st and 67th. And by that time, there were chants of Ronaldo in the 89,000 stadium.
Yeah, as I said, all the three goals scored by Ramos was top class. Yeah, especially the second goal, I think, wherein he scored in between the center, the small chip like kind of a thing, as similar to the Panenka penalty kick.
Okay. And Ronaldo entered as a substitute in the 72nd minute to loud cheers, though Portugal had the game wrapped up by then, with defenders Pepe and Rafael Guerreiro also scoring in between. Rafael Leão added a late goal in stoppage time, and Ronaldo yesterday was relegated to the supporting cast. How do you feel the omission of Ronaldo right from the start?
I think the coach was very confident about it to give him, because I think I have read of a comment about when he was substituted the last match. He didn't like the reaction of Ronaldo. Something he wasn't happy with the reaction.
South Korea.
against South Korea. I don't know what exactly, but it's the guts of the coach to see that young boy goes into the field and scores a hat-trick. And he must be, I don't know what the vision of the coach had to take this risk. I don't know. Not
It was a big
I
risk.
don't say that maybe the reason of the earlier, but the lesson for us to see that these things can happen, and coach is showing his guts and courage to
Big
field him on
guts.
that day.
Do
Big
you see
guts.
the guts
Yes,
of the coach?
and yes, and it will give hope to many other youngsters who may be waiting for their turn in the shadows of the superstars like Ronaldo. And as yesterday's match proved, that all players, whether on the bench, they are all top-class players.
Fernando Santos now has to decide whether to stick with Ramos or restore Ronaldo,
Yeah.
the top scorer in men's
Yeah.
international football and one of the game's greatest ever players.
Yes.
It's a very tough decision that he has to take.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Of course, I agree with this. Only one I would like to point to say that if it was a league match and Portugal has won the 2 matches, the 3rd match you can try an youngster. But in the knockout stage, he's trying this.
Yes.
This is the greatest courageous job.
Very, very courageous.
Yes.
And 21-year-old Gonçalo Ramos
Yeah.
was the star for Portugal. He smashed a hat-trick and becomes the first player to do so in the 2022 World Cup. It was his first World Cup start. Portugal's Fernando Santos' brave decision to start Ramos in place of their record goal scorer Cristiano Ronaldo, it paid off handsomely for Portugal.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yes, and if you see Ronaldo's matches in the past few games that he has played, his performance, it was not up to the mark, or the Ronaldo that we knew would be like scoring goals or finding the back of the net every other match. But maybe even that, as Subramanian said, the reaction or the things that happened off the field, or maybe the comments or whatever it is, maybe have given a push to the coach to try the youngster. And I'm sure he must have seen him perform. He plays for Benfica, if I'm not mistaken, in the Portugal league. So he is a person who has performed, even though a young person as 22 years old. He was waiting for an opportunity to prove himself, and boy, did he prove.
Ramos had played only 10 minutes as a substitute in Qatar, but the young star looked like he belonged on the big stage with a memorable performance for Portugal, who did not miss a Ronaldo. A late substitute who had a goal ruled out for offside. He almost scored, but then it was ruled for offside. This is the first hat-trick to be scored in this competition since the Czech Republic Thomas against Costa Rica in 1990. At 21, Gonçalo Ramos is the youngest player to score a World Cup hat-trick since Albert Florian in 1962. How do you see this youngster now?
Another point is coach must be in a very, very difficult situation himself now to get Ronaldo back on the starting lineup. Possibly he may get him in the lineup.
And if you have seen Ronaldo,
Yeah.
after the end of the match, didn't come with all the players. He chose to go in the tunnel and disappeared. I think Ronaldo was not quite happy.
It's a nation. It's a nation whom you represent. Whether it's a club or whatever it is. It's not expected from a player like Ronaldo. I feel so. But finally it's a family, and if he makes takes the pitch in the quarterfinals, and Ronaldo possibly may come up. The
Yes, you
backing
can never
you
say, you
cannot
can-
say anything
yeah.
about the game.
Yeah.
And maybe the tactic of the coach to see if he brings the young guy, Ramos,
Yes,
later in the second half, possibly he may be more danger to the opponents.
it could be.
Yeah.
But Portugal's attack yesterday played with lot of freedom and verve. And from the start, it was João Felix at the heart of the most of their best work. The Atletico Madrid forward slipped a pass to Ramos, and he was given space to score spectacularly from an acute angle. What a night for football. What a night for their hat-trick hero Gonçalo Ramos. And what a night for their head coach Fernando Santos, whose huge call to drop Cristiano Ronaldo has been vindicated to the tune of 6 goals. A usually reliable Switzerland team they were dissolved in the face of a magnificent display. We all said Brazil served notice to the rest of the tournament by dismantling South Korea. And now we have seen that Portugal, I think, has gone one step ahead. Dr. Michael?
I think the big difference is the strikers that Portugal has. For too long, they have relied on Ronaldo, the sole striker for them. But now they have strikers in Ramos. They have striker, the second substitute that came in the last few minutes, Leao, if I'm not mistaken. He scored a spectacular goal in the first match that they played, first or second game in the league stages, and including the last match.
So it was a stunning evening that no one, not least Ronaldo, saw it coming. There was this fairy tale hat-trick as an exhilarating Portugal ran riot. Portugal, they say that played some exhilarating football. Maybe they say even one of the best seen in this tournament. So that even could eclipse Brazil. Ronaldo was dropped after, as Brahmanan said, he reacted angrily to being substituted against South Korea in the group stage. Football, Brahmanan said, and I repeat, is a team game. And Portugal's team, all of them stepped up to fill the Ronaldo-sized void. It was not head coach Fernando Santos' only big call.
Yeah.
He also left Robin Neves and João Cancelo out of the starting lineup.
Yes.
But 21-year-old Ramos was 2 years old when Ronaldo made his debut for Portugal.
Wow.
How do you think he has grown?
And I believe when you saw the scenes when Ronaldo was entering,
Yes.
Pepe, who was the captain, handed over the captain's band to Ronaldo.
Yeah, because Pepe was the captain.
Yeah, so they still have that respect for Ronaldo even though he was not in the starting lineup.
Yes.
So I believe the culture among the team and the spirit among the team is quite good.
And it
Which
matters.
It matters a
Because
lot.
Portugal played like a team, interdependent and well connected. For the first time in the tournament, Portugal gave an impression they can win the World Cup.
Yes, so far the
Yes.
performance so much, everyone can say now that Portugal may win the World Cup. But it's the day of the match. It's very, very important how it goes on.
What do you say, Dr. Michael?
Yeah, they have got world-class players, Portugal, and possibility of Portugal and Brazil playing
You can never say
in the
it.
final is quite a probability.
Because Brazil, Argentina, they are in the top half.
Yeah.
And you've got England, France, and
Yes.
Portugal on the lower half. And definitely Argentina or Brazil, one of them will make. And this side it could be France, England, or Portugal. What
Yeah.
is your prediction?
France, England and Portugal, you said.
Yes.
See, English football, the first match which I've seen, it is something, well-oiled machine, it goes on. But I'm telling you, with Saka and all, you cannot talk about these three matches. I cannot predict, frankly speaking.
It's pretty difficult.
I cannot predict any of these matches. But Portugal has kept that tempo at the moment. That tempo should go on.
And it is coming
Yeah.
even for Brazil
Yeah.
at the right moment.
Yes. When I saw Brazil with Switzerland, the first time when I saw, I'm speaking to myself saying, I don't think they will win the World Cup.
Yes,
yeah.
Initially I had
yeah.
no clue. I said, this is an ordinary
Yes.
team.
But second half was totally a change. So
And
yeah.
yesterday you have seen that Felix made way for Ronaldo. And Ronaldo came to a very standing ovation. And he won his 195th cap for Portugal. And the fans chanted his name in the stadium. Still the fans are for him.
Yes, he has a mass following. He's a superstar of football. So that following is still there with him.
But there are question marks over Ronaldo's future. Without a club, after a spectacular media implosion, ended his time at Manchester United. And now, with a natural replacement lined up in the national team, Ronaldo cut a lonely figure at the end of the match. As the Portuguese team applauded their fans behind the goal, Ronaldo wandered off towards the tunnel alone. Do you think he is demoralized now?
It may be self-decision of Ronaldo. The people respect him, spectators respect him. He knows he has to maintain the way he has achieved to the top. He has to see that he stands there. Nobody can stand there for one day if somebody has to come down.
All of us,
has to come down.
one day.
Nazario Ronaldo said, my mind speaks. Yes, I can, but my body doesn't. Ronaldo should understand. He's Cristiano Ronaldo. He's Nazario Ronaldo of Brazil after 2002 World Cup when they won the World Cup in South Korea. But I don't think someone should explain to him this. He should have known the body.
He should have understood. What do you say, Dr. Michael?
Yeah, I think a lot of things happening behind the scenes outside the football pitch. I think this is a carry forward of what is happening at the club level at Manchester, and like some of it spilling over to the tournament here.
And you know what Ramos said after the match? Cristiano Ronaldo talks to me and everyone in the team. He is our leader and always tries to help after the match. I don't know if I will start the next game. And that's up to the coach. I have to work as hard as I can, and then we will see. It was Portugal's first knockout victory since the 2006 World Cup in Germany. I think everybody now will have their eyes fixed on Portugal and their next match against Morocco. What is your take on Portugal-Morocco now? Let us not talk about France.
No, I'm talking about Portugal only.
But Morocco.
Yeah.
Morocco and Portugal. You have seen Morocco and Spain.
I tell you, some of the Portuguese supporters. I'm talking about my village, village itself.
It's your personal opinion.
Yeah, my personal opinion.
You are entitled to.
A very elderly person today morning, around 7 o'clock in the morning, when I went to buy milk for me. He's always calm, cool, watching matches, but he watched whole night match of Portugal. He saw that match, and with his bag, I said, "What is he doing around?" I said, "What happened?"
He's shaking his bag.
He says, "Portugal, should come to Portugal, come to Goa." Not only it may be one incident I've seen that many people have they rise up. I'm telling you,
especially with yesterday's display. Nobody expected such a high, brilliant display. Did you expect, Dr. Michael?
Not really. And Bruno Fernandes starting in the starting lineup didn't make a difference because he has that flow, kind of attacking football with João Felix. I think they have a good combo there. Supplying to the strikers, and they themselves can be strikers. Bruno has scored twice.
Yes. But it was a memorable day yesterday for Portugal. I think all Goans now, but it will be, of course, only the final can have possibly Brazil and Portugal. But till then, we have to see the lower half. There is your England, there is your France, and then the semi-final if they win, and then in the final. So we are coming to the close end of our Bandit with the TV. We are very grateful to Brahmanan and as well as Dr. Michael. Keep on watching Bandit with Herald TV, which is being supported by Decathlon Kalangut, Martin's Corner Bethalbatim, Adlengoy Family Restaurant, Doria Degir Multi-Cuisine Restaurant Old Goa, and Martin's Place Village Bistro Navilim. Lots of thrills in store. Do not miss the much talked about Qatar World Cup. Lot of progress has been made, and I think everybody is now concentrating on Portugal now and then Brazil. Till yesterday it was Brazil above, but then we can never know what will be the surprises in store for us. Once again, thank you, Brahmanan. Thank you, Dr. Michael. And to all our viewers, keep on watching Bandit with Herald TV, and all the best, and bye-bye.